Hey, how you doing? So, I am going to give you a Mercury reading. Just need to look into some energies and some planets and, some stuff that are going to help us along the way. So, let's get into this reading, shall we? So, what's going on with the energy field of Mercury and how is it affecting us on a whole or individually? Naturally, right now I'm hearing karma. I don't know if this got anything to do with it, but let's have a look and see what's going on with Mercury, please. Doesn't say anyone is bothered, but Mercury is not trying to bless you or curse you right now. It's trying to punish your mindset for some of you, but not all of you. Okay? Maybe those that are punishing you right now is going through a tide energy. Like there's a swim or drown, maybe, for some of you. It says not everybody is going through this, though. I know why. It says Mercury's energy field is centered around Pluto's energy. Doesn't want to hear that it's going through problems. So seeing and believing you've got to go through a problematic circumstance, maybe not easy, okay? People in their mind right now judging you may not be very good for their mindsets either. Laughing at you, making fun of you is not the answer today. Maybe yesterday or the day before, but today I'm in pain, she or he says. This person cannot come to you and laugh at you about anything. This person may not want to come to you and make fun of you either. Okay, too many lies were going on. Too many lies were going on. And things that I would never want to anticipate being around. It says, well, why did you want to go on like as if you needed to be the holy grail of the conversation? Mind you, your mindset would have been pivoting around back and forth to see how it was going to play out in a situation with a mindset centered around me, is what a person would say. Ideally, she says she doesn't want to get involved any more than she has to. She realized she's read into things a lot with your mindset and thought, well, bloody hell, these people are nasty. I don't want to be around them, nor do I want them in my group settings or in my personal space. However, it says this person says she knows that she shouldn't have got involved with your mindset in that way. Like, people are going to tell me off for this. Why would you say these people are better for me than anyone else in the group? And it says anytime the company is good, are we not all going to be company? Like, we could have been there and it was good company. Are you going to say, oh, it was good company? Or are you trying to single out a person or make fun of a situation? It says even you have to sit down and think, well, why do you feel bothered about it? It says my perspective was off at the time. It's not going to be that far off, to be fair, because you could think it in your own way. Okay, like ideally it says the company was off in some people's opinion, was it? But in your perspective, it's like, well, why are you even chiming in? Why do you have anything to say at all? Like as if you're sticking up for something that was bad going on behind the scenes. You have every right to feel that way, is what she says. She doesn't know why she even stuck her nose in the situation. After all, she never let you guys know that she was going to be there for definite, nor did she say anything to someone else that was around. Let's just call them that. You know, she never let no one know. She just crept in. She's very sneaky and very sly, and she looks very sly the way she acts. Her creepiness could creep some people out at work, in her family members, at home, around her network communities. Hence why she says, I know why I joined you. I wanted to creep in. And she did. She crept in. When she met you, she crept in. When she saw you, she crept in. When her mindset says, I'm going to do something, I'm creeping in. So that's a creep type energy. She's got creep energy, and that's narcissistic. She could do anything wrong, or she could do good, because she's not really that bad, right? But she's a creep. That's not healthy. The negative sisterhood in her head feels very, very bad mood around her head. She says she knows which way to go with this, though. It's a negative sisterhood on her table. The people that were sitting with her having a laugh, okay? These people were with her last weekend, okay? They were sitting around a table maybe last week, Saturday or Sunday, or maybe Friday for some of you guys. And it says this woman says she doesn't know where she's going with this, but she understands you're not going to see people again. You're not even trying to play that energy either. You don't want to hear that certain people are going to come out and talk to you again. You don't even want to see them in their head. It's like you're nasty in your own way because you let them go. But it says your mind says to do so because there's something not right. And it says she says nothing about it in her opinion, but you have every right to do so. Okay? You're not going to see her head in the situation because she doesn't want to show you who she is. She doesn't want to laugh at the situation any more than she had to. in her opinion, though, because she laughed for no reason. At times she laughed for reasons and times she laughed for no reason. But this situation wasn't a laughing matter. She destroyed something that could have been great to you or even around your heads. And it says, you know something, when I personally want to get involved in situations, I realize I'm nasty. I shouldn't jump in and say things unnecessarily. Or if I do say it, I say it out of context because I see they're laughing and making fun. But then I want myself to jump in and say something at that time, and it made it worse. And she realized that these people don't like me, is what she says. She says, I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know how to deal with my mind around this. I realize you're not liked by certain people, and I've heard it directly from the horse's mouth. People in their mind did not like you, or they have things to say and they don't like the way you treat certain people. But it says, warning, now you're all treated like that. What are you going to say? Goodbye. Because when I'm telling you, I'm going under certain things in my head, to see certain things in my head, or treatment of other people, of the way they're treating me, it's acceptable, okay? It's going to be acceptable because, oh, you are the group. Ideally, you are the one that brought everybody together, so everybody can bash you. Why is that acceptable if you're the one that brings people together? And say, for instance, you're a teacher, you're teaching some lectures, you're giving out information, someone doesn't like it, people are all targeting you, okay, for what they don't like. Why is that acceptable if they're coming across rude, harsh, ignorant, disrespectful, and narcissistic or toxic? Why? It's not acceptable. So therefore, it's going to be one of those things where people are having a hissy fit. They're going through a childlike mind. They're going through a narcissistic tendency. They're going through a very, very bad mind game. And they're also playing themselves really, really harshly, because this woman says, I don't know what it is, but I can't deal with this. I want to be back in that area. I want to be back in your group. Not today, Josephine. Not today, evil, sentimental, negative, evil, spiteful, whoever out there. Yeah, because some people would love to hear what you got to say. Yeah, not today. Not on my Nelly, not on my watch, not on my whatever. Okay. Doesn't say that you have to be rude or vindictive to the person. Ideally, their mental health will not want to know that you're dealing with them in a bad way, because they will come for you. However, you will come for them and they will die. They will end their whole entire existence around your head. Like, why the hell do you even need to talk to me? Goodbye. Like, where was you going even trying to beg it with me? Around our table. Okay? When you first met me, it was around my table. Why did you beg for my number? Why did you beg to be around me? Where did you think you were going from the outside inside to sit with me where I'm eating? Who told you could be there? You see, the thing is, you're powerful in your own right for some of you guys, okay? You could be a Libra, okay? You could be a Scorpio. You could be a Sagittarius, okay? Or an Aquarius, okay? Some of you guys could even be Gemini, okay? Cancerian, maybe, okay? Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? Those ones. But it says you're not going to speak about the situation directly to people that want to be nasty, okay? When they want to be nasty, then they want to have a second opinion from you to be that way. And it's like, well, I've put you out of my circle. Then you want to come and try and trash my head again with why you think that I did wrong to do that. I don't care about what it is, to be fair. I don't want to know that you had to speak to me about it, to be fair. If you don't understand, then you don't understand. Warning, do you understand? And if I was to put it this way, if anything happened to you with the person that I removed from the table or the group, would you like it if I brought them around again and we're all skin and teeth and laughing with that person? You see, the thing about it is it's one rule for you and another rule for them. They don't seem to understand the situation in a laughing mental health problem of yours, is what they would say. But the thing is, your mental health is very, very stable compared to theirs. They hang around with people that have got mental health issues. Hence why they stuck up for the person that is the most narcissistic in the group. Okay? And the thing about it is even if they don't want to start a problem, okay, they could say something like, I understand where you're coming from, but this person was there from the Genesis. That doesn't mean that they have to stay. I never told you that I wasn't going to wipe people out. I'm civil, and I let somebody know but you didn't know I was sieving. Goodbye. So now you have to sieve and then start again. That's fine. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You're not going to be a part of it. Yeah? I don't want to ever hear you've got good news, but this is why I had to sieve you. You're not allowed in my room. You were starting some shit. You're the shit starter. You're the main cause of the problem, in fact. Some of you guys, it was the one that went first. But for others of you, you are the main cause. There's another one. She or he is the main cause of that problem. And they had to go next, but they had to fall in a way that they wiped out everybody. Yeah? Because once this one had to go, then the rest of them had to go. Why? She's the ringleader. Yeah? Or he's the ringleader. Now, anybody wants to run rings around the mental health war of this lovely person? Not because they're not a lovely person. They have to see to the wrath of Satan. Now, whoever's going to try and challenge this energy in Mercury is going to witness a bad news energy. Not a good news, because it says, warning, we're not going to stand for it. The negative energy in the mindset is right there beside you because someone wants to call you out and be nasty to you in a racist term for some of you guys, right? But not everybody. Now, warning, why is this person always using the N-word and they can't stop? Where's it going with this person? Where's it going with that person, I said? I like this. This person says, I don't know why you keep looking at your friend over there. I keep wondering if she's going to rescue me with what? I told you that I wanted to be with you. Well, I don't want to be with you, he says, to this white woman who also likes him very much. But she's a racist and he's black. Now, he doesn't need to come into this situation, but he keeps challenging his mind around yours because he may have went out with you, dressed up, went out, looked nice and looked good. Okay? Both of you looked really nice, even on each other's arm. Doesn't know why he had to go in a different direction to chase a white woman. And that's not an insult to anybody that's biracial relationship. Okay? It's not an insult. It's to do with his problem. This person right here that you're dealing with, or he's in the shadows looking at you. Okay? You could be a black person at this point. Okay? You could be a white person, but it could be another white woman that feels like she's more superior than you. Okay? For whatever reason. She may even insult black people, but she sees that your mindset might be better for this man because, oh, he's a negative N-word. Okay? Very, very nasty. Okay, you could be mixed race, you could be Chinese, you could be Asian, you could be whatever. You could be from Afghanistan, Middle East, you could be wherever, okay? Doesn't say that this person likes you very much. He does know that he wants to participate in mental health problems, including sexual energy in that way too. He wants to harm you, hurt you, and do vindictive things to you. And warning, he's got a taste of his own medicine with someone that's come to be racist to him. Mainly to him because he wants to plant his mental health on you while he's going through problems and beat you down. Doesn't say that he can come to you and speak to you about anything. Doesn't want to warn you that he's coming back. Doesn't even speak to you directly. He doesn't want to even look at you directly. And he does not want to say anything to you directly. But mind games are there through a mother or a player. Okay? It says she knows why. She doesn't want to know that she's got good news. She says she has bad news, but she keeps looking at things through her mind. And she doesn't like it, but she has to deal with it. Okay? Her head is bad. Her mindset is bad. And she's a negative spirit in a Scorpio mindset, but she's a Pisces or she's a Libra. Okay? In real time. Says, no wonder I dealt with you and I had to dump you. I have to leave you alone. My woman is now white. This is what the mindset says of the mother that's dealing with the father of this person that went off with a white woman. But he's nasty. He says he doesn't know where he's going with this and the parent issues that you have in yourself. Where is it going with these parents? It says, I don't know who you are, my lovely. Okay? That's how you might speak, or you might think, bloody hell, I'm not interested in you. Why'd you keep coming to me? He says he doesn't know what it is, but he has to look at your mindset about why he's dealing with mental health problems in his parents. Or he feels like he's troubled with whatever parents you have are giving you problems. But it says you don't give a shh. You don't. You don't give a shit. You don't give a problematic situation to yourself and then want to know that you're staying in it. For some people, they like that. They want to study it and stay in it, and they want to never come out of it and stay in it. Okay? And wonder about it at the same time too. But it's like, well, warning, do you know that I'm not even in your mind about it? I don't even care about it. Why do you keep looking at me? This person says, I don't know what it is, but it's Mercury energy busting this person's head to look at you. It's a problematic situation with Mercury because Mercury seems to be budging your mind away from the person, but at the same time keeping you there to stare at them too. But it says warning, why? Because you've got problems with your parents as well for some of you. However, it says none of you are going to see that problem all the time. Many of you will go down in Pisces realm and see that Jupiter's energy is not a problem to you anymore once we've passed this October situation. Many of you will see that energy move past in June or July, but you won't see that energy move past it this year. It's like it has to go on for another year or two. But it says, why do we keep going through this? When is it going to end then? Because it could go on for years and then it's just a lie. You know what I mean? It doesn't look good. So it says, well, right now we're going to see that there's a problem coming to certain people because we know it's a lie directly or indirectly, but it's not really a lie because it doesn't have to be a lie to you or anybody. In fact, it's not really a lie because it doesn't give anyone good or bad news. Okay? It doesn't even make you think you're going to have good news overall. Like, you've got to find out whether it's a lie or if it's a truth. It says, someone says, I don't believe you, you're a liar. But they keep laughing and making fun of you in the manipulative room of the cause and concern energy of the Scorpio's room, which is where they hide. But it says, bloody hell, I'm a Freemason. I don't want to know that I'm going to have bad news with the world because I keep putting spells on the world and I don't want to hear that it's not working. Through the government system, I know I have to do it. I'm a part of their system. I'm a part of their scheme. But it says it doesn't work for you to feel bad news all the time. I don't want to know that we're not going down in a bad way. So we can see ourselves in that problem through Satan. Why are we all going down to Satan's realm for the cause and concern of Freemason? Why do we have to go down that road in bad news? Why do we all have to see ourselves in bad problems? Where's it going with these rooms that are taking us places and we don't understand why we're going through this surge energy or where we're going through CERN energy, okay? CERN is a problem right now in the portal, okay? Hi, it says, can you see me there? No, I can't. Don't talk to me. Because someone wouldn't mind saying hello to you if you're a tarot reader or astrologist and you've seen their energy filled in there. Don't speak to them. Yeah? There is someone in there that wants to see you in that realm or to bring you down in that realm and say, hi, can you see me? I'm coming to get you. Oh, hell no, you're not. Back off. Yeah, you got to protect yourself. Scorpio, Venus in Mars, Jupiter. There's also other places in your chart for some of you guys that you need to go and watch out for. Okay? Because someone wants to bother you and it says, well, I know this. I'm your grandparent. Why are you even bringing them in, whoever you are, grandparent? Are you my immediate grandparent, the one that's still alive? Or are you the ones that have passed? You know, my great-greats, my great-great-grandparents. Yeah? The great-greats. Yeah? Doesn't say it's a good thing. You've got to bring yourself back to Nebula's energy. November time, you will see that there's something going on there where someone has participated too much in the mental health warlock energy of bad news and they wanted to bring you down. They thought that they could bring you down in your mind first and then in reality try and trouble you with a negative spirit in another man that could come and harm you through your bloodline. Then it didn't work out in that way. So now it had to go through another realm with someone else. But it says, warning, why is this woman punishing you through bloodline curses of African people? Or even if they're not African, they got witchcraft somewhere in their native or around them somewhere doing bad to you. It says, warning, this witchcraft woman, she's going to leave your mind in November. She's got to move on is what the problem is what this woman wants to say. Ideally, you've got to move on. You're a female child of your mother's, which is her child. You've got to move on. Where the hell are you moving on to? Like, you're alive, you're healthy, you're well. Does she want you to die? Does she not want you to be there? Is it that you just don't need to be alive? However, you don't bother this woman. So what is it that she's talking about? She doesn't have good news with your grandfather. So what's that got to do with you? She never had success with him in the mind of her own or in marriage or even around the time that your mother was born. So what's that got to do with you as a great granddaughter or a granddaughter? What's that got to do with anything? Why is her manipulation coming into this? Her mental health has gone too far. It's warned you that she's got problems. She's eating away at herself. She's dying of laughter. She's making fun of herself. She makes funny mind games on people. She tries to control people's head. She makes fun of them again. She goes around in circles doing crazy, outlandish things. Hence why some of you guys are seeing this play out in your parents or your aunts or your uncles, okay? because she's got warlock energy all up in her spirit. She keeps manipulating things through the mind. And she says, I'm warning you, if you ever come too close to me, I'm going to slap you or break you down. Hence why you've got problematic situations at home with your family members, or you've seen other family members slap other family members, or even slap their own husband or their wives. Okay, she's going around and teaching the family a lesson through folklore and witchcraft. She's doing justice in herself because she feels like it's wonderful things happening to her, but it's a problematic situation for her because her nine-mindedness, ideally, her scared energy, the way she thinks she could be confident at something and it's not, like it's not confident at that situation, whatever it is that she's going through. Yeah, she has to bring herself back to a place in time where she was trying to solve the problem, okay? But she doesn't want to solve this problem. She was raped as a youngster, is what someone would say. Ideally, another person might say it because they hear through the grapevine. Something's happened to her. The truth is, she has been raped physically. She was hurt by a grandfather, okay? And maybe even an uncle or two, okay? And her mother just sat there and watched at times or made fun of her, okay? The truth is, she doesn't want to discuss this with her children. She has 8 or 9 children or more. Okay, she's got quite a lot of kids, this woman, whoever she is, out of your family. And if this reading isn't from your mindset, ideally, if it's not for you from here, in the way that we are talking about it, the way it's coming out, it says it doesn't have to be 8 children. Okay, it has to be the fact that this woman was raped. Okay, even if she doesn't have children, but she was raped. Okay, and even if it's not going down the same way in that way because she was raped, but she got out of a problem because she's not mentally ill. It says 9 times out of 10 people that were raped have problems, and they do have problems forever. They never come out of it. Their mental health is fucked. Okay, doesn't ever get healed even through therapy. So when the problem came to your mindset about it, okay, and it says start giving yourself good news and not giving yourself bad news through the mindset of hers, actually, because she doesn't want to know you go down that road, to be fair, but she's harmed in her head about how she looks at you, like you're not going to be a problem to me because you didn't go through those things, and I'm not letting you go through those things, but I'm warning you, I will punish you because I've been through them, and I'm going to hurt you because you're a bad girl, you're a bad girl, you're a bad girl. It's like, you know, when somebody's teaching these females a lesson with their penis and they're harming them and they're telling them you're a bad girl. You're a bad girl, hence why I'm raping you. She's taking it out on you. She might even be taking it out on your parent that has gone through this, either the same thing or maybe something around the mindset that has happened to that person where they've gone through something, even if it's not raped, you know, but they are going through it too. They're punishing this person, punishing them, mentally punishing them. Hence why you've always said, for some of you guys, you might have said to your parent, well, what's the matter with you and grandma? Like, why are you going through this problem? She can't answer the question. She may not answer the question, or she can answer it, but she doesn't understand it fully. You're here to set the bar. You understand it. Now you've come to this reading, you understand it. You may even give yourself love and light in a different way, so you get downloads differently. And it's, you know, it's a problem to some because they don't like it. They don't want to see you shine or even cut the curses out the family. Yeah. But you've given yourself time to heal from the mindset of whatever was going on from the problematic situations of your bloodline. But there's no way out because it keeps backfiring on you through your family members that have gone through the problem. Okay, so it's like they keep laying their burdens down on you, pushing you to swim through the problems of their emotions. This is sad. It could make you drown as well. You could sink or swim. That's why we're calling this reading sink or swim. Why? Because you've had to go through so much to get where you are going. And still they're trying to drag you down for you to drown. But you're not going to. You're not going to drown in their mind. You're not going to drown in their eyes. You're not going to drown anywhere. You're going to have problems with them. No, you're not. So the thing is, we're going to bless your mindset today as spiritual beings from the celestial realm of God, says the angels. Okay. The angels want you to know, can you personally give yourself good news with your mindset about something? Could you even be the heir to the throne of your marriage or your love life or anywhere in life? Could you be the heir to the throne because you speak very well? You're majestic. You're very ruled over at times with God because God is number one, right? But you could go down the path of good news or bad news. Even when people want to place the mindset on you with 666, the devil, and they want to try and harm you, you could go down a different way, even when you're pivoting or not, but it still comes out with a good outcome. Hence why you might even hear 666, okay? Some of you guys don't know why you keep hearing that word. Or you feel like there's an energy field around you the way it's coming up. Some of you understand clairvoyance is coming into your mindset and you keep hearing things that you don't want to hear, but you're wondering what the hell's going on. The angel realms are very thin right now for you to listen into. Or the devil's realm. The veil is very thin. You know, it's see-through. You could see through it, okay? There may even be little pinholes where it's like a mesh. You can hear what's going on, okay? Or the walls are just thin enough for you to listen, okay? But it says right now you don't know why it keeps doing that to you. Or some of you guys feel bothered by this energy. Partnered up is a parent in their mind trying to go through the celestial realms too. Wanting to know where it's going. Why is it working in their favour to go down that way? This woman's passing out of her mind about things or leaving behind a bad stigma of problems. Okay, this woman doesn't want to know that she's not, but her angels, her ancestors, her parent doesn't want to know that she's having a good time. Why? Because she's treated you badly, or her parents have treated her badly, so she stuck it on you in a bad way too. Okay, this is the reason why the angels don't want her to go, because you're thinking, bloody hell, why is the angels punishing her? And her mother? Well, you see, her mother's healing from a situation, even though she still doesn't like you, and she's getting whiplash by Satan for this as well. God is still punishing her. The demonology in her has to change. So the angels are working with her till death do her part in her head about the situation, because she may already be dead, but she still needs to let go of the trauma in her mind about why she's been beaten down. She has to let go of these things to let you have a good life through God and through your mind and through your love life. Everything that you've been going through your mind, and you think you can't get a good marriage, or you can't get a good man, or you can't get a good woman, or you can't get good anything, right? When it comes to love, mainly that. Money is another subject altogether. We could touch base on that anytime, right? But it says with love, you may feel like hardness is coming, and it's a problem. There's a person holding on to you right now, like, don't get it, don't get it, don't get it, don't get it. You're not going to get it. Please don't get it. You're not going to get it. Don't get it, don't get it, don't get it. After all, they can't even allow you to move. This is like police force energy. Like someone is forcing you under arrest. Okay, they want to punish your mind with whatever it is they could come and contest in a story or a will, or whatever it is. This person's nasty, right? This person says, I don't know what it is with you, but I'm not going to come to you and speak to you. I don't like you. Okay, where is it going with this ancestor that doesn't like you? Why do you keep bothering them? Well, there could be two ancestors, one that likes you and one that doesn't like you, or one that does not like you and the other one just doesn't like you, but they're a bit better for you than the other one. Okay, this person says, I've been where you've been and I'm hurting too. People keep targeting me for war and sex in my mind. Maybe I haven't been raped, but I know they're punishing me. Why is it this person's punishing you with their wrath too, though? Holding onto your head, punishing you, punishing you, punishing you. This person says, I know this person was meant to be with my mind about it though. Wanted to know that they didn't give this person any bad news, but I warned them not to sleep with this woman. I warned them not to marry her. I warned them not to go down this road with this woman. I warned them. Well, if they went down there, that's their business. But this person says, well, I don't care what you say. This is my family member. This is my sibling. Okay? It says, I know this man. He's my sibling. I don't want to hear that he had problems. And I don't want to know that he married that witch. Yeah, but even if she's been raped, does that mean that she shouldn't get love? Ideally, she shouldn't get love in a way that you might think or someone else might think, all right? However the situation might go, you might be thinking, well, bloody hell, I don't think like that. That's horrible. That's nasty. That's evil. Exactly. Because there's two ways to go about things. Some people think, well, bloody hell, she deserves it. And some people think, well, bloody hell, she doesn't deserve that, but she doesn't deserve to have love. And some people think, bloody hell, she doesn't deserve that, she doesn't deserve to have love, and she doesn't deserve marriage. And some people think, bloody hell, she's healed from the situation. She's got to get love, she's got to get marriage, and she's got to have love and light in her life. She's got to change. Or think that things are healed now, or there's better news for her somehow. There's so many ways you could look at it, right? But it says, this person says, they don't know why they communicated with the devil in their mind or even the death wish in their mind, because they realize people do go down the wrong road sometimes and they can't understand why they go down there, whether they're a child or an adult. This person was a child, so they can't really help it if they've been raped and someone wasn't taking care of them properly. Okay. Now, if it was an adult, they might go down the wrong road sometimes, but not necessarily. Sometimes people grab people off the street and go and do what they're doing. Some people trap people into doing things or drug them into doing things. Why should they be always taken advantage of by their mindset about, oh, they were sleeping around, they're a hoe, they're this, they're that? Some people are going through it in that way, but not everybody. And we need to mastermind our heads around, why is judgment so necessary for people at times? Why is it a problem to certain people? Why is it people are always doing bad to other people, but studying them in a way that is always bad? Because people judge people always in a negative way. Mind you, it says this woman says she doesn't care about her brother because it was her brother that married a mindset of yours, which could be your mother. Your mother is now a child of that man. So basically, it was your granddad and your granddad's sister, yeah, that didn't want your granddad to marry your grandmother. All right. But it says this woman says she can't understand where she's going with it because she doesn't like the man marrying the man in him. Ideally, she knows where this goes. There's a bloodline curse. She says her grandfather did rape to females in the family, or he was harming other women. He didn't harm her, but he harmed one or two other females in the family back in the day. This is bad news. It keeps going on and on and on. And it says it's going to be like that until something ends in Chiron. Yeah? In Chiron. Also, there could be another family member that has gone through this rape. She could be young, or maybe she's the same age as you, or she's younger. All right? But she's been through it too. Why did she go through it? Because it says there's bad news in the family with witchcraft. People wanted to know that it was going to happen to certain people as well, so that they could feel better. And she knows this directly firsthand. Why? Because she set people up at times as well and says, I see that person's had rape done to them. Maybe this one now should go and get it. Why is she doing that for? And you know something? This is bad omen for anybody to look into in a way that it's going to have problems in their life. Always. Because someone needs to set the bar or the record straight, or, you know, bring that bar higher. Because someone doesn't want to see someone in a problem or a situation where it's dark or evil, but it says, warning, why would this person want to be in a bad way? Why would this person want to be in a struggling way? Why would this person want to be in a way where they have problematic situations all the time? Why is it that they're not going to see themselves in a good way or in a bad way, but they would want to see themselves in a good way? So they have to try and change, right? Now, why would they want to even look into two directions at once? Because they don't know which way to go. And it says, sorry, I can't figure out where it's going with you. A particular person that had their self in a problem, because this person was raped as well. But it says, why do you feel like you could get better news than some people around you? Or why is it this person, I never allowed them to get bad news, but I let you get good news? Did I? No, I didn't, because I asked for spirit to trouble you. Why is this woman going around and cursing everyone in the family who should get raped and who shouldn't? Where was it going with this person? Why is this person so mad and narcissistic and dirty in their head? Why is it this person felt like they could come to you with problems of theirs and troll you and trouble you every day of your life since Genesis? But then now that witchcraft has taken you, for some of you that are going through heavy witchcraft in your bloodlines, with men and women that are troubling your ancestors or people in the Ghana realm or the negative spiritual lands of cause and concern or cornucopia, or even the places in your mind where you don't know which way you're going because there's too much curses, spells being done to you, rituals and spells are being done to you. These are spells from Haiti, they're spells from Ghana, they're spells from Nigeria. They are spells from all around the world, but it says one thing you wouldn't know is why. And this woman says, I know you know why, so don't play with me. This woman says, well, I know you're looking at me in that way too. Why are you doing that for? Hello, can you hear me? I'm there, it says. This is the devil's room, okay? And it says, why don't you look at her again? Because I'm also a grandparent. Because you've got blessings. You've got grandparents on both sides of the spectrum. One side is your dad's and one side's your mum's. So now this woman that's saying, hello, can you not see me? Yeah, I'm a woman on the other side of the spectrum. Yeah, I'm my grandchild's mother. If you want me to be, I'll protect her. But it says, you don't know why I'm there, says this aunt. She's a great grand aunt. Like she's your granddad's sister on your mother's side. Whereas your grandma that's saying hello, she's on your father's side. Okay? She's your father's mother. Why is she saying hello? I can help her like a mother. Because the mother is poor. The mother has problems. The mother's been under spell. The mother's been under attack. So she's got to take her on under her wing and protect her. Why can't she there's two-facedness. Wait for it, yeah? Why can't she do her job? Because she's been attacked too. She's been beaten. This woman's been beaten. She's not been raped, okay? And you know what? There's even someone in the background saying, yeah, that's really nasty. Yet. How can you be so nasty? Okay? Whoever that is saying yet. Okay? But there is someone here that wouldn't mind sticking up for the mindset around the person that was given those problems, which is your grandfather on your dad's side. Ideally, your dad's dad. Okay? It doesn't say that they wanted to do anything to you, but they do stick up for narcissistic people that want to go around and witchcraft people into getting bad news. Yeah, and looking at why. And he was also the person that was whipping your grandmother. He was beating her. He was whipping her, in fact. He used to get things and whip her all the time. This is sad. It says it's not going to follow your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren, but he tried to warn you, I'm going to put in your bloodline somewhere. No, you're not. It's already bad enough that some of you guys have gone through this in your own life, okay? Where you may have gone through someone that was beating you, like domestic violence could have came into your life somehow. You warn your children that you're not going to go through that again. You've come out of the situation. Some of you guys might still be in it and you might need to find a way out of it. Some of you guys have never been there, but you know a friend or a family member that's been there. It says, why does these people keep going through bad luck through their family? Mercury energy is not trying to bring you into the signs and the synchronicities of problems, but it's trying to warn you, can I get cope and concern energy? Cope and concern, yeah? Not cause and concern, cope. But it says, why cope? Because I am coping with a situation now, but I'm concerned about it, yeah? So this person's coping and they're concerned about it because why are they coping? They shouldn't be coping. They should have moved out of the situation. So anytime you go down the wrong road, you've got to come out of it on top. You've got to beat the negative stigma down. You've got to look into it like, I know I've moved on past it. I've got to see myself in a war. I've got to move on past it though. I don't want to see myself in a war no more. Okay? I don't want to bring myself down into a war again. So you may have moved out of it. Yeah? Scorpio tendencies again. It has come to an end. It's left the building. You have left the building with this problem. Okay? You didn't take the problem with you. You left it behind the other door. Okay? And you closed the door behind you. You locked it with a key. You threw that key away. And you went off and you lived your life. Goodbye. So it says no more of that problem, nor do your children need to go through that. Hence why you've cut the bloodline relative off out of your mind about it, but he's still lingering and pivoting in two directions. Where should I go to give out this energy? Not in my room, Satan. Yeah, you Satanist, angel, ancestor, whatever you want to call it. Not in my room. I don't deserve this. Yeah, angel comes into it for a reason. Sometimes the angels work with these negative spirits to see if they can find a pivoted way to help people. Not all angels can help the situation. Okay? We're not insulting the angels. But the angels have to feel like there's justice for some and some that don't get it, or they try to see justice on both sides, okay? They're not going to always get it right. God doesn't always get it right. Demons don't always get it right. The devil don't always get it right. We as humans don't always get it right. So it doesn't matter. Even the animals, they don't always get it right, okay? Mini beasts, whatever, all right? Cause and concern. We just have to go down a road that we're going to help people and love people and like people and solve their problems, or solve our own problems and allow people to solve our problems and help us out of sticky situations or problems that we don't want. Okay, through enemies or good news, because sometimes it could be a bad way of looking at things, sometimes it's a good way. And if we try to warn ourselves too much of a bad thing comes about, then we need to stop and check our mental psyches. Why do we have to look at that through Nebula's head? Because that is a problem right now. There's Nebula traveling through space, right, looking for a way out of Ratu. Okay, Ratu is not going to see themselves in a problem with Katu. Okay, Ratu and Katu, the head and the tail of the situation, will not want to see a problem. Okay, it's not going to see you in a problem either. Now, how do we come out of this problem inside Ratu? Because Ratu says, I don't know how to give you good news, but I'm going to warn your head not to be bad to you. Okay, now Katu says, I don't know how to give you good news either, but I'm going to walk away from the problem. Okay, they don't know how to give you good news through Rahu and Kahu. Okay, because you can look at it through a perspective of, native lands of India, or maybe the English Isles. Either way, there's the head and the foot. You've got to come away from the problem. Sometimes your head is going one way, sometimes your feet are going the other. Now, why are we saying this? Because sometimes in life, we need to look at it through those energies to move away from the problem. And you need to move away from the distance of a problem, because it says some of you guys have moved away from it and the problem's at a distance. But why is it still trying to walk its way towards those problems? Because there's angels there and ancestors that don't want to see you change. Absolutely. But why is God also saying, you know what, the devil is close? Because the devil's room is very close when we're pivoting towards that way with cause and concern of life. Absolutely. Why are we going to Satan's room next after Aquarius? Because the devil's room wants us to know that we keep going down the wrong road in reality, and we can't get there in life in spirituality. Why is that though? Through Freemasons. Freemasons wants to influence the world to go down the wrong road, and we're trying to go through the right road of life. Exactly. Do you see why things keep going down the wrong road? Because the Freemasons are taking us there. Our minds are trying to take ourselves out of problems, but they keep bringing us back to the same place, to where we started, in a problem again, through bad moods. And it says they don't know why they're doing it, other than the fact that they need to rule the world. And in ruling the world, it goes down in Satan. Okay? That's not helpful to no one. Doesn't help them either. They don't know how to save themselves. Mind you, they will look at you like, what are you doing? How can you solve your problem for me? Where's it going? It's not going to solve anything. And you know something? Anytime it gives you good or bad news, it's going to warn you not to give yourself good news or bad news. And it says to try and warn yourself not to give yourself good news or bad news through mental health warlocks that even sit in their minds and think about you. Okay? Narcissistic neighbors, maybe even friends that look at you, or try to warn yourself not to look at me. Why are you looking at me for? Why the hell are you looking up at me? Where's it going with a narcissistic traitor in the mind today? Where's she going with her mental health on you right now even? She keeps bothering her head on why you need to look out your own window and see the world. Or why she's sitting out in her car looking up at you. Where's she going with her pregnant self? Ideally not happy about the situation. Says, I warned you not to look at me, so why are you looking up at me? I'm looking down out my window. I can see life out my window. Am I not allowed to do that? I've got windows for a reason. They're open, yes, and what? People keep watching you. They keep looking at you and wondering, why you? Why the fucking hell you? Why do you keep watching me? Where are you going with that? Do I give you problems in your mind to look at? Well, I know this, that, blah, blah, blah about you. Well, I don't know nothing about you, but I look at you. What the fucking hell is my life? Excuse my language on this church channel. Why do you give yourself problems? Because you keep looking at me And then you want to know why I'm looking at you. Can't people look at you, no? Are we not allowed to look at you? We're not staring at you for too long. We might even wonder why you're outside our door. You're outside my building. So why is this person bothered? Anyway, my lovelies, for some of you guys, you're Scorpios, and some of you guys, you're a native Virgo to the field of this reading, which is Mercury, because Virgo and Mercury energy are coexistent because of the planets. Okay, planets rule Mercury, are Venus. Sagittarius wants you to know Jupiter could be in there in the next year because they're trying to bring themselves to a warning that they could bring themselves to Virgo for something in a year or two. But it says, nope, stay away from me. Yeah? Because they're trying too hard to come about. Okay? So anyway, when you see problems with people that want karma for you, they have to bring it back to the mind and why. Misery Guts doesn't want to know she's looked at. She doesn't need to park her car outside your house then. She doesn't want to see herself in a problem with the neighbour upstairs or downstairs, but she's looking at you. Why is she staring at you for? She needs to go away. Take her husband or a kid and her wife life, whatever it is that she's building or doing, and move on. Yeah? Whatever she's trying to say that she will give herself, she needs to take that and give it to herself and move on and stop looking at you. Okay? So anyway, there could be, things going on around you that you don't want to see or you don't want to know. But it says many times over, people keep watching you for the wrong reasons. Even a woman wouldn't mind listening to you right now read. Or even for some of you guys, you might tell stories to each other or gossip. Or you might even have to trouble your head around school energy and teach people or, lecture people. Or you could be listening to people right now and they want your knowledge. Like some people want your knowledge, however it comes. Okay? It says there's a passionate new beginning for you. I live around you, but I'm not coming to you. I could tell you don't want me, says this woman downstairs from you. For some of you guys, you live above someone or around them, okay? Some of you guys, you don't even live around this person and they're judging you. And they're warning themselves to bring their neighbours, their friends, their mothers, or their brothers, or whoever around you, okay? Some of you guys, there's a Satanist around you, and this person's looking at you hard and heavy. They're from the church, though, not the government. Is what they want you to know. Could be from the system, okay? Now it says all this time people want to trouble you around your mind and people, but it says it's never going to be easy to solve. So now they've seen you all this time give yourself better news. You can't give yourself bad news. You could have came out of a situation that wasn't working for you. Some of you guys are looking forward to blessings with that because it will save you a lot of time, energy and money, okay? So stop stressing about it. There's something that's not helping you. It doesn't say that they could even give you back your time and your money for it. But it says, bloody hell, this person does not want to know that they're going to lose another penny. Of course not. Why should they? Why should they keep losing money for something that's not even working? It's a bunch of rubbish. Hence why they realized they needed to bring out a new substance to help you with to make it look cheaper and better as a better option to give you. It says, well, bloody hell. Did you know you was going to give me that instead of the injections? Some of you are on Ozempic. Some of you guys are taking weight loss medicine in the form of injections. Some of you guys are given a new perspective in this drug form to be a tablet. You may have heard, you may have seen it, okay? So some of you guys are not noticing that you've got good news with this weight loss. And a lot of you are saying it doesn't work. Hence why you're like, I want my money back. Doesn't say you're getting it back, mind you, but they realise they've got to punish their heads on why they've troubled their minds around people being a jerk. Because it's not working. It doesn't work for no one. They realise they don't want to know what they're even putting in your body at this point because you could sue them. Okay? Whatever it is that they've been putting inside your bloodstream all this time, they could get sued for this. So they've got to give people compensation for any illnesses that come about, any sickness, any problems with their minds, any problems with their body, anything. Okay? It says they don't want to know that they're not giving you back your minds about that. However, they can't pay you all. But if they do, then it will be a problem to society and it will be a problem to you. Because they realise they can't curse you enough for what they're doing. And they realise they could curse you and curse you and curse you, but it's not going to be any type of really good news to go down that road because they would want to laugh at you, make fun of you, and try to warn you that it was your fault. How can something you're putting in your body of a foreign substance that's nothing to do with you and it's come from the pharmaceuticals energy or the chemical labs, and it's your fault? It's not. It's what they've gone and sourced and taken and put inside you. So it's not your fault at all. But this is where it goes down. In Nabula again, people have to take their heads away from you and use it for energy surge that's going to bully you. But then it's like, well, it's backfiring on you today, but tomorrow it's going to backfire on them. Why? Because we're going down the road of Mercury. And Mercury will see that the problems will subside or go away, or they will end. Mercury will allow them to do that. Mercury is going to take the problems away with you and a female that's below you or around you instantly today. Why? Because you've looked into the mindset of theirs and they are troubled. They are running like a ghost is chasing them right now. Spirit has warned them not to see things in the bad ways that they've been seeing it, and they've got to take themselves away from you. They see themselves in a problem with you today, tomorrow, and any other day because they've got karma with the friendly energy they're giving themselves through the friends that they have or people that they're trying to make friends with on the road. Okay? Doesn't say they've got any good news with that. Because if they try to get too much friends and you turn around and say, bloody hell, that woman's bothered me again today after a friend came round, she's going to have a problem. Bloody hell. Okay? So don't try to worry about it too much. Try to bless yourself with whatever could happen in the next week or two. But warn yourself, this woman's got to move out of your mind. And she's got to do so immediately. Because she's looking like a figure 8 in her mind right now. Oh, I know I'm precious. I've got good looks. I've got good news. I'm blessed. Yeah? The hell she is blessed. You see, the thing is, she could be blessed in that way. But she's trying to do it in a way that she's competitioning you. There's no competition around here. Okay, even if you're a flat-assed woman, even if you got a figure that's shaped like a coin, okay, it doesn't matter because she doesn't understand her ancestral realm will pick on her in that way too. All right, but she has to understand with her, she's not going to allow herself to give up her narcissistic trends and tendencies to trends. Like she's teaching someone else or she's getting this trend online from somewhere and it's helping her life. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it says no wonder you've had enough of the people that are doing spells around you. People are going to move on in November this year because June energy was rinsed out. Mercury is going to come around and change things for you in November, maybe October time. It says we've got to keep moving forward like this. Keep looking into the energies and seeing how we can shift things and make it go away. Yeah, it could come and go, but we can make it go away. It says, try to warn yourself, celestial realm is where we are headed so we could see the problem directly and scoop away all the negativity. Drag it out, okay? Not drag it out where it's going to stay in your life, but just drag it away from you, punish it, and get rid of it like it's a piece of rubbish, okay? It's no longer going to be your garbage, honey. It's going to absolutely go away. So the time has come for you to speak about things in your minds, maybe even your family members, maybe around you in your bloodlines, maybe trying to troll yourself regularly from the problem. Maybe look at yourself like, bloody hell, I've got good news, but I'm not going to always have good news. How do I get myself away from this? Don't worry about it. You're going to see it in a problematic way or a narcissistic way or a good way. You may not see it at all in a bad way. So try and give yourself good news. Try not to worry about things. Make sure that you look good all the time. Maybe even try to worry that you may not have done something right. For some of you guys, you may have, but for some of you guys, you may not have. Okay? Some of you guys, you may look really well about the situation, but try to warn yourself. You could do it again. Things will work out for you. Not to worry about it. Okay? Things will have to go down in a good way or a bad way anyway, because not everybody's going to solve a problem for you, and everyone's going to start seeing you as a blessed woman or a liability to society. Some people want you to know that you're a hoe, and they keep holding on to that. There's a man looking at you right now, and it's an energy surge in your head. He doesn't know how to deal with it, the one that you think is nice, like he's cute or he's good looking. But there's another one, and he's pulling you and he's pulling you and he's pulling you and he's pulling you. And he could be the father of your child. And it doesn't say that he likes you very much. He could be pulling you into a parent type of energy as well, or a family member, maybe a brother or something like that. But it says, this man says, I don't know what it is with you, but you think you can get away from me. I don't want to ever see you end. Whatever it is that we had together it's worn to be over, is what you said, or you've gone down the road where you've left him. He says, I don't want to leave you. I know that I could have stayed with you or been married to you for fucking vex do me part. Yeah, because this person wanted to stay with you in a marriage that was vex. Why would this person want to do that and see himself in a problem? Why does he think he's all that and a bag of chips? Where was he going with another woman when he tried to leave you and then stayed in a marriage with you, but he didn't want to leave you? But he's made love to other females, gave them children, made sure he bravely gave himself mindsets to stay with them, or even thinks he's with them right now, and still paying his way to society in a way that he feels like he's got karma with his own head with this because he's better than you. But he realized he can't give himself any good news apart from that. Mind you, he sleeps at his car. He looks bad at times when he does this. He even says to himself he can't afford to give nothing to himself, but he offers money to everybody. Then he laughs at himself so much because you could be doing way better than him and you don't know how to speak to him directly about what he's doing, but you don't want to challenge him for nothing. So why does he feel like he could come to you and say anything? Yeah? So it says, where's it going with his mind to practice his bad news on you? He doesn't know where to go. So he's got to move on and see himself in a place of hell. Okay? He's trying to warn himself he don't want nothing to do with you, but yet he's still standing around you, looking at you, punishing himself, wondering where his children are in the head about you being nasty to yourself. Or is your marriage life okay? What are you doing with the new person? Where are they going? What they doing? Da 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 da. Why is he bothered? This does not exist in the mindset of all of you, obviously, right? But for some of you guys going through this mindset of this man that's troubled and he don't know where to go or how to let go, oh well, goodbye. Let him bother himself through Mercury because his mental health is at stake. Yeah, Mercury means the mind. Where's the mind going with people? Individuals that don't have problems or do have problems, or where the world is going in this way, because the world has a lot to do with it, okay? So anytime he wants to bother himself around this situation through the planets of Virgo, Gemini doesn't want to participate. Yeah, there's reasons behind why they keep hiding behind Jupiter's energy with Pisces, and we'll get there. We'll do Pisces reading, or we'll do a Gemini reading, okay? However, it says we're not going to look at anything but these energies right now if we need to, because we warn ourselves, how does it work out in the Jupiter realms or in other realms that connect to these realms, okay? However, it says we're not going to see everything, just like we have to do so many different types of readings to get to the answer and the nooks of cranny of things. We've just got to do what we can to get by, okay? But we're on the right path, all right? Now, if you need to see anything more than that, you're going to bless yourself or curse yourself, okay? The heritage reading is something that we want to know. How do we get through life? That is a very good reading. How do we get through life? All right? How do we participate in things of worldly things in life? How do we get money in life? How do we get through life? All right? Some people are struggling right now and the mind is telling them off. So we want to help those people right now. Okay, with the how do we get through life reading. So we just had a little hiccup there, but we're going to continue. So yeah, why do we need to keep going through a problematic situation, and why is it that these problems don't go away so easy? They don't subside so easily, even in the mindset of a nasty woman that wants to see that the problem that her head has with you is ongoing. She can't let go of situations in her heart and her mind. Even the way she speaks and the way it has to come out for you to speak about. It says it's going to penetrate through your mind and your soul, the way she comes out with certain things in her head. And why she has to target you about your warning sign, which is, you know, if you're a Libra or you're a Scorpio, or you could even be her star sign, which is Gemini. For some of you guys, it's Libra. Some of you guys, it's Scorpio. Some of you guys, it's Sag. Some of you guys, it's Taurus. Some of you guys, it's Leo or even Virgo. Okay, some of you guys, it's Aquarius even, all right, or Gemini or Capricorn. Many of you, it could be any star sign, okay? Now, why is it that she can't see herself in a war with her own self? Why does she have to bring out her wars on you? Why is it she can't see herself go down the road of blessings, mind you, to give herself better news and keep her head in that blessing and keep blessing herself with practicality and just looking at herself and not dealing with you? You see, the thing is, you could shame her at any time right now because she keeps bringing people around her. She may not like it, but she will absolutely burden herself on why she's even given herself good news, because it's like, well, why do people have to come out and make fun of you or tell you off? However, it says, well, why do I not want to tell her off when she's looking bad in my head? And she keeps casting her mind around your head and being nasty, like she needs to protect her dignity and her pride and her ego. Well, the time has come for you to blast her in her head if it comes to that. around whoever she gets shamed about. Now, the thing is, you don't have to do that because it could come and bite you, because she could come and think, oh, bloody hell, I've got to do it to you, because you don't ever take her mind off of you. Yeah, hence why some of you guys are Scorpio native to her mind and need to be. Why? There's an ending that needs to happen. She needs to go through a surge and an end. Like a seriousness could come about to someone's head, blast her and get rid of her. Okay? It doesn't say that it looks good, but it needs to. It doesn't need for you to be around her. Okay? And then she says she likes the way that you look at things at time in your mindset and the way she sees things in her head. Okay, she doesn't have to see things in her head, and she doesn't want to know that she's going to see things in her head either, but she's trying to warn you that she could. Okay, and if she does, she's going to be mad at the situation, so she's got to see herself in her mind about it and then maybe go down in that way. All right, so it doesn't look too bad. So when she does come into the mindset of this situation, she's got to move out of it just as fast. So this ending that needs to happen, okay, is going to be better for her. Because there's things about this woman that don't need to come up in society around your head, because it doesn't look good for you to be embarrassed about her problems. Nor does it need to be out in the open square, nor does it need to be around the mindset of hers in that way either, because she's got that in her mind. Like, if I keep troubling her, then it's going to come out that I'm seeing myself like this. People will tell me off, but I'll still target this woman. Now, why does she keep targeting you for it to come out in open square? The thing is, it could come out in open square in a way that she gets troubled right back in return, because people will see her now and want to report her. Now, why do people need to report her? Because it's got to go down in Moses. Now, we don't look at things in the way of Moses all the time. But if the angel realm is telling us, go down in Moses, okay? All right, ideally, somebody has to be the Pharaoh and somebody has to be the people, okay? And it's saying, let my people go, all right? This woman doesn't know how to let you go. There's many people that don't know how to let Moses' mindset come into it and let the people go, okay? This bloody Pharaoh needs to let go. This Pharaoh is Satan, all right? Doesn't say it looks good for you all to speak in your mindset about it in their mindsets, because they think, who the hell are you to talk to me like as if you know any better than me? Well, I know enough to know that you're hurting me, you're harming me, you're getting on my nerves. So why wouldn't I speak to you in my mindset about it? I need to think about why I need to look at it in folklore at times as well to harm your head. Did you know that I do witchcraft too? Yes, I said two. Because some of you guys need to tap into your witchcraft. Not to say that you're using it every single day, but to warn yourself you're protecting yourself, because these people are doing it to you. Not everybody is going through this stuff either. So in light hindsight of the situation, don't have to worry about going down that road if you don't need to. But if you need to, because somebody is bothering you and they constantly war with you all the time, your ancestors are warning you, you better bring out your witchcraft. The way they're harming you and using your name, the way they're trying to spit on your name, okay, using blood war with it, even if it's not your blood, but it's their own, even if it's yours or it's someone else's, but they still need to part their nose on you. Why? Because they're mad. It says you better use your witchcraft to harm them, even if it's in your head. Okay, even if it's your mental health witchcraft, and you didn't know what that was until Satan came about the other day, because they started using it on you regularly. These people even want you to mess with your words. You see the way I just started just there? They want you to murder your mindset around their satanic rituals and their problems. Okay, try not to worry about it too much. Try to see how you can pivot away from the energy. Try to see how you can go down in the way that you can have good news. Try to warn yourself you're not always going to have good news, but it will happen sometimes. Let it be known it's going to happen sometimes, okay? So allow it to happen, all right? So anytime you see yourself in a problem, you may see yourself in a problem maybe 2 weeks from now, a month from now, but try not to allow it to happen. There could be a man that you like and you're thinking, I'm starting to like him now. Don't worry about it. You might not like him in 2 weeks from now, or you might do, but just take your time. You might still be in a way that you're like, I'm not sure, but you could be falling for an energy like, oh, should I not? Try and take your time with that. Something's there to riddle you or snake you. You have to be careful. All right. And it's not fair because it's like, when am I going to find love? How am I going to cope with this? Don't worry about that right now, especially if you're Scorpio, Virgo, or Libra. All right. Some of you guys are under assignment for God to do something up until November. By the time November comes, you will be scotch free to go about your way and love whoever you want. And these people will love you just as much in return, whoever's coming in by then. But right now, it's not easy to love. So stay firm. Try not to give in to whoever it is that's trying to show you, oh, I like you. Yeah, just be friendly with them. Try and just be friendly. Don't fall. Okay, even with your vagina or your cock. All right, try to stay, firm, because not all of you are going to be successful in this situation. It could riddle you, it could bite you, it could hurt you. Just take your time. Okay, love and light to you all, my lovelies. I will speak to you in your next reading. Ciao for now. Bye.